Verse number 50. Brahmeva sarvanamani rupani vividhani cha karmanyapi samagrani vibhartiti shruti jagau. Shruti uktavati. So this is being said by Shruti in the Veda, that Brahma eva vibharti. So when you say Brahma eva vibharti, Brahman alone sustains. So that means how the gold sustains. So being the sustainer, being the substratum, now the gold sustains the golden family. So the entire golden family, whether it is bangle, whether it is ring or earring or chain, anything, is being sustained by the gold. And remember, even though it is sustained by gold, there is no difference between the sustainer and that is being sustained. That also you have to be very clear. Because the moment it is being said, it is being sustained, then what happens? There is duality or not? That the object of sustenance and now the one who sustains. But here, sustainer and the object of sustenance both are one and same, like how the gold sustains the gold necklace. In fact, it is in the necklace. So it sustains the necklace, not being part of it, then it becomes what? Advaita, okay? Be very careful, okay? Never use that, oh, being part of necklace, it sustains. So that is another school. You have to be very clear, it sustains being as gold. So never changes. That's why he uses this word, sarva namani rupani vividhani karmani api. That means all sort of entire name world, different type of names, and rupani, forms, various forms, and vividhani karmani, the karmas that we do, all are being sustained by what? Sustained by Brahma. So that means this Brahman that is being discussed, Atma, earlier, now sustains everything, and this is being clearly said. Uktavati jago means Shang Uktavati ityarthaha, that Shruti has clearly stated, mentioned, declared, pronounced. So when the Vedas says this, so now here what happens is, we need to see that when the Brahman sustains, now Brahman is independent, having its independent existence. How? Look at this gold necklace. The gold necklace can have any independent existence. Can gold necklace exist by itself? It cannot exist. Whereas gold can exist. So that's why in India, because of the budget, now the necklace price is falling down because gold price is falling down. So very good news for all the women, okay? However, here how it happens that the gold is independent, it it has its own independence because it can exist without depending upon anything. Whereas necklace to exist, it has to borrow the existence. In fact, the existence of gold is the existence of the necklace. Is it clear? And that is how you pay money for the gold, not for a necklace. Of course, plus, that is another point, okay? Nama Rupa. It's like, all over the world it is there. Suppose you are registering a car. They will say on road, okay, price. So that means which includes your registration. Suppose you want to get a separate, okay, first of all, if you want to choose a different color. So the color of the car also decides price. So that is called Rupa, okay? Interior, different interior, okay? So you have to pay extra. They will say what? Full loaded, okay? This is the language they use, full loaded, okay? As though it is full loaded gun, okay? Whatever. Then, second point is, if you are planning to have a unique number. So if you want to have a unique number, all over the world it is there. So you have to pay more money or not? Definitely you have to pay more money. So what does it mean? How this Nama Rupa or special Nama Rupa is called value addition. So also, gold plus necklace, gold plus value addition, you pay for it, okay? But in reality, you pay mainly money for gold. So also, here we say Brahman and the entire world, which includes my body-mind complex. That's why at any time, I cannot give importance to my body-mind complex. A thought will come, I must allow that thought to vanish, to go away. But what happens when I get carried away with the thoughts? That is what happens. Thought has to come. Like the body, time comes, body will not support. Like sometimes during the morning, kadamada, dhardada, all these things happens. Especially when there is, rain is there, little bit more humidity, body pains, you don't feel like getting up, lazy. Then what happens? Nice to sleep little longer, especially on Sunday, okay? What a destructive. Sunday, one is supposed to get up early. Because Surya, Bhagavan, if you want to have name, fame and good health, you are supposed to get up before sunrise. And Sunday being the Surya's day, you are supposed to get up on that day as early as possible. No, that day is a holiday. So everybody inevitably all over the world, get up late. In fact, I respect here, these children are studying the school. For them, there is no Sunday holiday. Because here in Uttarakhand, especially Sanskrit colleges, Sunday they don't have holiday at all, which is very good. So for them, Prathama, Ashtami, that whatever our traditional holiday we had, so they follow that. And that is how supposed to be done. Not this, Saturday, Sunday, because these Britishers destroyed the whole world. However, this is my problem, okay? So, coming to the point, let us continue. Suvarṇāj jāyamānasya suvarṇatvaṁ ca śāśvatam brahmaṇo jāyamānasya brahmatvaṁ ca tathā bhavet. Says, look, very nice point again he tries to bring, stating that, look, how jāyamānasya. So jāyamānasya means that an object or a thing that is being produced, that is being born. Now, that object, and he says, from what it is born? Suvarṇāj, from gold. So that means, if any object or anything that is made of gold. Now he says, what happens? He says, look, suvarṇatvaṁ ca śāśvatam. So śāśvatam means eternally, permanently. That means the object that is made of gold permanently will have the status of suvarṇatvaṁ, status of gold. Is it clear or not? Supposed to be. Or else what will happen? You buy the gold, you discover it is what? Pitalai. You discover it is what? Brass. What a disaster. So that's why what we say very carefully. Now, the object, this is the point, as the object made of gold permanently maintains its status as gold. The nature of gold is the nature of the object that is created out of gold. Money-wise, means value-wise, then color-wise, all the way, you look at all the status of gold that is there in that created object or produced object. And if color fades, the gold color and this color is different. If the gold weight and this weight is different, any difference is being visible, then what we say, definitely there is some type of mixing, adulteration. And that is how it comes to know this 18 karat, 22 karat, 24 carats gold. Different countries have got its own value of what? Gold, because they add extra. They add something different. So here he highlights nothing, that how the object that is created out of gold remains gold permanently. The status of gold or the goldness continues without any interruption, permanently, ever. So also, brahmaṇah jāyamānasya brahmatvaṁ ca tathā bhavet. Tathā ca, yatha ca before, here tathā ca, so also. What happens? Now, jāyamānasya, that which is born out of. So the object that is produced, that object, that person, you can say here, that being. Now that being is born of what? Brahmana. So born of Brahman, from Brahman. Now what happens? He says, brahmatvaṁ bhavet. Also it maintains or it is naturally Brahman. That's why always it's being used culturally, srumantu sarve amrutasya putraha. So very nicely, we quote very often this. So may you listen to the son of the immortality. So that means if you are a son of immortality, automatically you are immortal. That is how is being addressed. Not that, oh, listen to my sinners. It's not never being talked. Sunmantu sarve amrutasya putraha. However, here is being said, because these are the cultural practices, you can see how the cultural practices continues here. Now, when this is being talked, that this being is created. Now, this creation, starting with my body-mind complex, anything that is created of Brahman, in fact, not anything, everything, okay? Whatever we see the creation, that is indeed Brahman ityartha here. Now, has to maintain the status of Brahman. Means there is no difference. As we see the bangles, nothing but gold. Suppose you find a gold bangle on the road. So how you look at? Oh, it's gold. So you value as gold, not value as bangle. Do you get my point? Of course, sometimes this imitation, na, correct? Imitation or imited, all this, for the party especially, they put different type of things just to show up. Sometimes if you are, ignorant person, you will think it is gold. Then you go to the shop, that fellow will say, okay, please get out from here. But in the case of Brahman, there is no imitation. In fact, imitation also is part of Brahman. That's why Pujya Swamiji used to say very nicely, anything and everything is in order. That which is against you also is in order. That which is against Ishvara, that is also order. There is no God and devil. Two things cannot exist. In fact, devil also is part of God. However, let us continuing. Svalpam antaraṁ kṛtvā jīvātma paramātmanoḥ yasantishthati mūḍhātmā bhayaṁ tasyābhibhāṣitam. Again, tries to quote because he cannot keep quiet without quoting. This is what this text is. Says, look, especially if you observe, one should not see any difference. Veda darshanam doshaha iti. In fact, anywhere, if you see differences, it is a defect. We have a beautiful saying. Do you know, there are some people, they are very good to find out a defect. Not in one's own self, okay? They are perfect in themselves, okay? Only finding defect in others. Do you know what we said them? Actually, they should look for, because if they want to, reduce their prarabdha, they should take the job of proofreading. Because proofreaders are really great people, okay? If you only find others' defect only, being a defect, so you need to convert that defect useful. How to make it useful? Only there is one option. Do proof reading. So use that for a constructive purpose. Can you see this point? So anytime, so if you pick up that, okay, you try to see defect, because the moment I try to see defect of others, I take myself granted, I am right, others are wrong. And it's my job to judge that they are wrong. That is how you see the defect. Now, if you become a proofreader, then what happens? Your eyes will start paining, your head will start reeling. You understand? And you will be discovered, this is what I have observed for myself. You do 10 10 times or 20 times proofreading of a book, and you say it's perfect. After you print, you discover there will be some mistake. It is almost impossible to find a complete error-free book. I have not seen it, okay? That's why I always used to say, okay, please print. If any mistake we find or anybody finds, next edition we will see. But don't worry, it never gets corrected in next edition, okay? That's another point. So coming to the point here, how the difference or the division is a defect being mentioned. Why? Whenever I see the division, I am a limited person, I am an insecure person. As I bring my favorite people, who are the favorite people? My favorite people are Britishers, okay? Divide and rule policy. So why did they develop this divide and rule policy? Because they were insecure. Can you see this point? Because or wherever, whenever they felt that they are insecure, they didn't have any other choice, they created confusion, telling something, telling this thing, doing that, to make sure, create chaos, divide and rule. So that means the insecurity, please understand, makes us to see the division, to create the division. And here is being pointed out, it is a defect. And this is a basic problem for a jiva, for an individual. How? He says, look, svalpam api antaraṁ kṛtvā, because udaram antara krute athā bhayaṁ bhavati, from there it brings. This is how Adi Śaṅkaracharya quotes, okay? That udaram antara krute athā bhayaṁ bhavati. Even if slightest difference you create, that is going to create fear in you. You can see for yourself. In any given situation, look at, especially when there is some scary situation. The child is with mother. Now mother is crying. Mother is screaming for help because it's a very scary situation. Child is cool. Why? Because child does not see any difference between mother and himself or herself. As long as my mother is there, I am secure. I don't have any issue. In fact, when mother starts crying loudly, then child starts crying together. Until and unless mother cries loudly, child will be perfect. Absolutely nothing has gone wrong. But same child, when it grows up, when it starts seeing the difference between mother and child, what happens? You know better. So that's why here is being said very carefully that even if slightest difference we create, and who creates? He uses this word, mūḍhātmā iti. So who is a mūḍha? Not a fool, okay? Because this is Pujya Swami's word, not mine, okay? The one who is deluded. So a man of delusion, oh, they don't say that, Swamiji, what about woman? Hey, please, don't, I am not bringing about this woman, man, okay? Especially a person, okay? Please. So in English also, common English, we use he. So he stands for C. Not that nowadays, he/C. That means something is crazy people, okay? However, here he says, mūḍhātmā, a man of delusion. And that person, a deluded person, basically. So what is the delusion? So that is called delusion, please understand. The confusion or confusing part creates some type of stability in you. And when the confusing part creates some stability in you, that time you are deluded. Correct or not? I will give you the example. Our drunkard fellow. Now, after a few times, discovers there are two objects. That's it. The moment you start seeing two objects, time to stop, okay? Till that time you can continue. So the moment the person starts seeing two objects, means what? Confusion has started. Now starts thinking, because again you continue. Suppose you stop it, then you can manage to get out. Oh, no, I think it has come. But if you start taking more, what happens? Now you discover, oh, there is a canal. No, there is a road. You understand? And you will find out, most of this drunkard fellow, I don't know, they don't find any other place other than falling on the canal, okay? However, now the delusion comes, the confusing canal or confusing road rather, confusing road has got strength. So when the confusion gets strengthened, there you are deluded. Is it clear? Now look at your life. Life is nothing, full of confusion. Only confusion. Now wherever your confusion is strengthened, so instead of questioning your confusion, how to know, okay, this is a good point, how to know whether my confusion is being strengthened or not? Whenever you do not look at or question your confusion, but you start questioning others, you start questioning situation, you start questioning anybody and everybody, that means your confusion is strengthened. And once you start questioning it, then automatically what happens? That confusion will lead to delusion. And this example you can find out very clearly, especially if you talk to any drunkard person. How they fall down. Not that they do not know, they know very well. In fact, that is their regular road. They know very well how to walk, how to do, what not to do. But in spite of that, sometimes they fall down because they think that this is the road. Even though they see there is a canal, no, canal is little far away, overconfident. And once they fall down, then what happens? Who is going to get up? Succumbing to the delusion that is called destruction. That is the next step. So here he says that svalpam api antaraṁ kṛtvā jīvātma paramātmanoḥ. So between jīvātma and paramātma, even if I create little bit difference, little bit distance, I think I am a sinner, but God is full of mercy. I am a small, insignificant jiva individual. God is Ananda guna kalyana visishta. You understand? So I am, everything is very limited, but He is everything in a great grandeur. Then what happens? Don't worry. That means definitely I am what? Deluded. And when I am deluded, what happens? Now there is a competition. And not only there will be competition, also there will be sympathy. Because wherever there is a competition, also there is sympathy. Empathy. There is no empathy, sympathy. Like, when these two drunkards, when they fall down each other from a distance, how they talk to each other. I have observed all these things, okay? How they talk to each other. There is sympathy, okay? And they also, whole night they can talk to each other, okay? Happily. They don't have any issue. Others have problem, okay? But they don't have any issue at all. So also, when I am deluded in my personal life, I also love to talk to all deluded people, so that what happens? There is sympathy. And this sympathizing each other is called a family. Please observe. If I am wrong, please let me know, okay? More of it, we will say. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.